brought up had some good moments as well. Baba, got pushed in service with Sam Mitchell being sick, and he did well. Rosales, the midfield, Andy Rose. Overall, I thought it was a good performance from Mark.
Could you explain the way you piece the team? So obviously you had the returning guys with one group, and the trials was another.
Yeah, we just want to play the returning guys against the new guys who are in our draft choices, and just see what came out of it. See who would step up. Also sometimes it's good for people to see that there is a difference because they were playing against each other. So it'll be again a little more mixed tomorrow. But it gets us a good look at the trials this week.
You talked yesterday about maybe exploring if you change your shape without Montero. At what point in the preseason do you kind of look at personnel and wonder if the shape?
No, that's not going to happen until after we get the guys back from the national teams. So really, that latter part of February is when we'll look at that. I mean, I don't think it's going to change our shape all that much. We're going to stay sort of in a 4-4-2. We still have wingers, with Rosales and with Steve, and also with Mario Martinez. Where guys who can play on the wing and go at people 1v1. I think that's a big plus for our team still. And we've got Eddie Johnson up front, and then who pairs with him is somebody who's got to be able to work off of him as well, and somebody who needs to be high to get onto the end line. You got to get in onto crosses because we're a team that gets to the end line between our wingers and our fullbacks.
There's 4 guys away at camp. How much, and those guys playing games, that's very expensive. How much does that help going into when they get back because they've been playing significant games and they're joining?
Yeah, it helps. I mean, all those guys should be fit. I mean, because they've been gone basically a fitness camp with the national team. We assume the national team, although sometimes the national team doesn't think we get the players fit, we'll be more, I don't know what you want to call it. We respect more what they do with their fitness and say that they get their guys fit, and we think we get our guys fit. A lot of times when guys come back from the national team, it's also been very intense, and they've trained hard and they've competed, so sometimes it's good to give them a little bit of a break when they come back and give them some time to catch up. With our team and with themselves, and so it's not like, okay, we're in the middle of it, you come right back into the middle of it with us. You sort of allow them to ease back into it again.
Can you talk a little bit about the difference between Spurning coming in as a new guy last year and kind of as a more established potential leader this year?
Well, the main thing is he wouldn't have criticized the referee on his third day of practice as he criticized Schmetzer today. I think his comment was, "Where'd this referee come from?" When he threatened to call a penalty or called that free kick. No, he's just, everybody knows who he is. He's accepted. It's not an unknown factor. The guys aren't looking around. Okay, who's this new guy behind us now? All of a sudden, he's a respected part of the team, and obviously one of the team leaders.
Do you think that ends up making a big difference as the season goes on to be able to begin the season kind of in this role as opposed to kind of falling into it as the season goes on?
Yeah. I think it means that we're already further along, in terms of our locker room per se. The guys know what his presence is in the locker room already. They're not learning about his presence, so I think that's a big plus.
You said that the trialists got the opportunity today to see the difference between the players that have been in the league and that. DeAndre Yedlin, not a trialist, but he matched up with Steve Zakuani.
Yeah.
What's that lesson like for him?
It's a good lesson. It's something that I wanted. I mean, Steve's a good enough player. He's embarrassed a few guys. So early on in that game, Steve ended up getting behind DeAndre and just missed scoring a goal. Got behind him another time, but then there were a couple times where DeAndre stood him up fairly well. So it's just a learning curve type of thing. But it's sort of a reminder that I still have things to do. I still have things to improve upon. It's sort of, the way it is like you're a senior in high school and then you go to college and you think you have it all figured out, and then you find out that no, you don't have it figured out yet. And then you're a senior in college and then you say, oh, I got it figured out now, and you enter the real world and you realize you don't have it figured out yet. So DeAndre had it figured out now on the college level, and he's a good player and he's going to figure it out on the pro level. but yeah, it's good to know that he knows that he doesn't have it all figured out yet. He still needs to work on it, but he's definitely going to be a very good pro.
Can the same be said for Zavaleta, or do you see something different from him?
Yeah, Zavaleta had good moments, bad moments. I think again his passing out of the back is very, very good. He got matched up. He got matched up with Bava, and he held his own there in terms of Bava size-wise. The header, Ellison was on Bava for the header, so I think he did all right, especially considering that he hasn't played defense day in and day out in a long time. So a lot of times when you take a player and then a lot of times when I experiment with players in different positions, I don't give them a lot of instruction. I throw them back there and I see how much of it is there. Because if there's nothing there, if you're starting at and they only have 10% and you're trying to add 90%, you're not going to make it. So just throwing him back there, he hasn't played in a long time. He's got 70, 75% of what you need back there, and the other 25% we can definitely teach.